Hello and welcome into another edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast. My name is Kevin Hickson. I'm your lead beat writer for the Arizona State Sun Devils on SI and your host of the daily Sun Devils Insider Podcast, which obviously, as every day, I try my best to strive to bring the best insight, best updates, and everything in between in regards to all Arizona State athletic programs, but specifically football and men's basketball. Uh, it's been an interesting week for Arizona State. Last week, for football spring practices, the offense ruled the day all 3 days. On Tuesday, in the opening practice for week 4, the defense ruled the day. So that has been very, very interesting to really let everything soak in over the last 3 weeks or so. Uh, Lots of standouts on both sides of the ball. The quarterback battle is still raging on, and I will be at another practice on Thursday morning. So that will be extremely fascinating to really document and chronicleize. And um, yeah, football is still going strong. Um, the main topic that I wanted to really discuss on today's show rests in the men's basketball program. Obviously, the NCAA season officially ended on Monday night with Michigan winning the national title, their first since 1989. And they defeated the bitter rivals of Arizona State and the Arizona Wildcats in the process of doing such. Um, the quick turnaround from the official end of the season into off-season roster building is very uh it gets a lot more real when you're directly involved in reporting and covering the transfer portal, other roster building tactics such as high school recruiting and JUCO. All that stuff becomes much more of a whirlwind when you're actually media rather than the fan. And that was the case when Arizona State guard Noah Mayusin entered the transfer portal very early on Tuesday morning when it officially opened just hours after the national title game. And I've discussed this with several people, namely at Arizona State practice, and I think most people were fairly shocked that it happened. I was as well because, I mean, you just look at two simple factors in the Noah Mayusin staying camp, the two things that you would point to typically. One, Noah Mayusin is really an optimal fit for what Randy Bennett wants to do. He really, it feels like he would be a player that you would generate when you hypothetically get in a lab and construct what a Randy Bennett guard looks like. He's 6'5". He is an international player with high upside, incredibly active on the defensive side of the ball. He can realistically guard 1 through 4 because he has long arms. He plays passing lanes to a perfection. He's very cerebral and aware and uh, attent to the details. Um, has a lot of upside offensively, particularly as a scorer. He's already a polished playmaker, and he's kind of a tweener. He has point guard sensibilities and a shooting guard body, and that's one reason why I'm surprised. The other reason why I'm surprised is because I think that unless he has something already lined up with another program, I think at Arizona State, his role would be as solidified as anyone else on the roster, save for a Masamba Diop or possibly somebody that Bennett brings in from St. Mary's, whether that's one player or multiple players. Um, it's a significant loss. I don't think that losing Mayusin is an ideal scenario. Really, any matter that you could push that narrative, I don't think that that's a good thing for Arizona State. But there are many ways that the Sun Devils can rebound from this and that they will rebound from this. And um, honestly, I can think of three ways in which Arizona State has the ability to make a comeback from losing Mayusin, and they're pretty straightforward strategies. I mean, number one, you target the players that are of high importance to you in the transfer portal, whether that's a Mikey Lewis, whether that's a Christian Hammond from Santa Clara, whether that is a whether that's Dylan Shaw from Santa Clara, I mean not from Santa Clara, from St. Mary's. He's not really a guard, but he is a wing and he can play the two guards, so that would be an interesting name. Uh, Finley Bizjack from Butler, that's another name that's very, very interesting to me. Justin Pippen from Cal. There are several players in the transfer portal that would translate quite well into Randy Bennett's system, into Randy Bennett's culture, and they're right there for the taking. I wonder if that played a role in Noah Mason's departure, knowing that he didn't have a clear path to playing time next season. Uh, I don't know for sure, but that could be something that was a factor. Number two, honestly, the high school recruiting class. J. Rob Croy is a 6'4" combo guard. He is one of the top 125 recruits, I believe, according to 24/7 Sports, in the class of 2026. He is the son of recently hired assistant coach Rick Croy, and he is one of those players that really fits the mold of a Randy Bennett player. He's hard-nosed. He's more athletic than you would probably assume. He has a good shooting touch. He's very comfortable in structure within an offense that is more Bennett style. Um, Astute defender. He's really polished all around, and he could contribute as a freshman. I wouldn't rule that out of the realm of possibilities. And I think you might target another recruit or two in the 2026 class, and that could supplement the loss of Noah Mayusin. And then the third really lies in either retaining your guard wing combos or hitting the international market yet again. I think that keeping VJ Wallace has to be on the table for Arizona State. I know Adante Holliman already entered the portal. He's going elsewhere, and that's 100% respectable. But I think that VJ Wallace really could serve as, well, he's not necessarily a combo guard to the sense that Mahusin is. He really is a guard forward tweeter. And he can play some two guard just like Mahusin did. He can play the three, very versatile. Was probably in line to be a starting player before he suffered the season-ending injury in October. And I think he would fit well in Randy Bennett's new operation. Bryce Ford is another player. He's more of a two guard, but he can replicate a lot of the things that Noah Mason did. Maybe not as a ball handler and playmaker, but if you put him in the right positions defensively, he could have an impact even if it's not as profound. He's a knockdown shooter. He had some really, really great games early in the season before he got injured. So retaining players and then scouring the international market again. David Patrick just got announced as an official hire to Randy Bennett's staff, and his familiarity with Australia is going to come into play in a major way, I believe. I mean, Patty Mills, Matthew Dellavedova, and others were a product of Patrick's identification. Not Dellavedova, I think, was because that was the very end of the David Patrick era as an assistant under Randy Bennett. I believe he was an assistant from 26 to 2010, 2006 to 2010. Um, but yeah, those are the three avenues I really believe that Arizona State has the ability to rebound from the loss of Noah Houston in. Uh, we'll see what happens over the next week or so. I believe that things will really come into fold, really start in positive motion in the coming days. But until then, stay tuned for all the updates surrounding Arizona State men's basketball and the roster building for Randy Bennett's first team in Tempe with Arizona State on SI. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of the Arizona State Sun Devils Insider Podcast, and I will see you with another episode tomorrow. Thank you so much.